Hello everybody, today I wanted to present you my first terrible version of my planner. I had a lot of side projects that I wanted to work on, but I never had enough time to dedicate to them. I was distracted and it was very hard to keep accountability of how many hours I was dedicating to those projects. So I decided to create a spreadsheet that helps me track how much time I am supposed to dedicate each day to accomplish my side projects. When that spreadsheet became too hard to implement, I decided to create this application. This is the first version, so don't worry, it will look a little bit better with time. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing every day so I can give you an idea of what you can accomplish with it. This little box says what is the day of the month and how much time I should be working in the full day and how much time I should be dedicating to each of my projects to accomplish my goals. So it doesn't set a rigid schedule like you will do with your job. Like you have to start to a certain hour and you have to finish in a certain hour, because I work from home and I have a lot of flexibility with my time. So setting that rigid schedule and getting away from that 9 to 5 mentality was very healthy for me, but also made very hard to track how much time I'm working on each thing. So if I track the time and I divide it per day with a set of rules, then how it will look like. So this is how it looks. If I dedicate this amount of time for each of these projects, at the end of my planned time, I will effectively accomplish my goals of dedicating time. So to get to this, I first have to create a plan. And for that, you will need to access the webpage. You will need to go here to this login stage. And right now, the application doesn't have a name. The application is in public alpha. So it actually doesn't have a specific URL. I haven't even bought a domain for this because I'm not sure which name to give it. Like, I'm not sure if it should be called like Nomad Planner because it's very used to the flow of people, doesn't have a rigid schedule for doing things, or something else. If you text me back, I will give you the current URL I'm using. So go ahead, access that URL, add your email right here, and it will send you an email. Try to check in the spams folder, and it will give you a link. When you click that link, it will get you back here to this web. Now go to the editor. Once you're in the editor, you have to add a start and an end date of your plan. And this is going to be used for creating the days to calculate how much hours you dedicate to each project. Now, the first thing is, how do you track time? You track the amount of time you have already dedicated to a project. For that, I'm using Toggl, which is a tool to help you track time. I don't provide you a way to do that in the application. Please go and create an account in Toggl. That will be the main application that you will use to track your time and has a bunch of goodies for tracking the time. And then you can go to your profile settings. When you're here in your profile settings, click to reveal your API token and then use this API token in the application. Put it here, submit, and when you submit, you will be able to see the workspaces that you have in Toggl. Okay, now that you have the workspaces, let's create a project. You go ahead and create a project in Toggl. Then we go ahead here and we create a new project here. Let's say this project is cooking education. Once we have this cooking education project, we can create a layer that will help us feed the algorithm with information to help it distribute the amount of time that you want to dedicate to this project. So for example, let's say that we want to evenly distribute the time that we want to dedicate this project through the whole days. Let's submit, let's select all days here. And then let's say, hey, I want to dedicate 2 hours each day for this. And the amount of time that I want to dedicate to it is going to be, let's say, 10 hours. Once we go to the home, we are in zero. That's because we have to set the maximum amount of time that we want to dedicate per each day. So let's say that each day we want to work maximum of 8 hours in anything that we want to do. And once we go to home, then we can see that, hey, if you dedicate this amount of time each day, you will accomplish your goal. If you create another project, let's say this is a project for cleaning your house. I want to dedicate, let's say, like 8 hours of cleaning. Create a new layer, also like evenly. You want to dedicate maximum of 1 hour per day to clean. And when you go to home, you will see, okay, you need this amount of time for cleaning, this amount of time for cooking. Now, the interactions between each of these projects. For each day, we might want to have different priorities. Currently, I have two priorities, position and less completion percentage. If I set position, it is going to respect the position button box here. So this is going to be the first priority, and this is going to be the second priority. But if I set less completion percentage, then it will not place the project as showing the list, but instead it will calculate its priority based on the completion percentage. And when I say the completion percentage, what I'm trying to say is this: if you go to the bird view here, you can see, oh, so I want to do this. I have this amount of time planned. I have this amount of time work already. I'm expecting to work this amount of time. And I can see the percentage of completion. So I've worked a little bit already in my cooking education, but I haven't worked much time on cleaning the house. So cleaning the house is going to have the first priority if it's for a percentage. So you can see today I said that cooking education is the first priority by position, but tomorrow it will set cleaning the house first because the interaction between these two projects is put first the one that has less time on the day. For me, it's a huge help to keep myself accountable. There is a lot of more features that are already built, and I'm sure there is a nice way to express everything. I have the primordial reason for this app is to never get too behind of the projects that you want to do. And that's hard when you don't have a rigid schedule that is set by somebody, by a system like a school or a workplace, that they give you a regular schedule and they tell you, hey, you have to assist to these classes at this hour. It becomes very hard in your life being able to dedicate time to whatever you want to do. With this plan, I hope to present you with a system that you can set of your own to fulfill all of your other projects besides your work or your studies. Hope it helped some of you, and let me know in the comments if you wish to try it. Okay, bye bye.